Hi, I'm Laura Wolf, and today we're doing a feminine embodiment practice called dropping. This is the third video in a series about the feminine creation process. The first video, Feminine Creation 101, and the second video, Soften, can be found in the links below if you missed them. One of the principles of feminine creation is that in order to create more or to receive more, we need to soften and open and become more spacious in our physical vessel so that more life can pour through us with ease. So, in today's practice, we're going to soften. We're going to drop deeper down into our feminine bodies and become more spacious. You can do this practice any time of day as part of your morning routine or when you take a little break in the middle of the day. And I highly encourage women to take little breaks throughout the day. It is way too easy to just keep going all day long, and that's not good for our bodies or for our abundance. So I want to encourage you to just take little breaks throughout the day to check in with yourself and soften and become more spacious in your physical vessel, because you'll feel better and it will allow more of life to pour through you into the manifestations that you want in your life. You could also do this when you're sitting through a really long Zoom meeting or when you're laying down to relax and go to sleep at night. So set yourself up well, sitting on a little bit of height, and then let's get ready to practice by closing your eyes and beginning the softening process that we did in the first video. We'll just do a somewhat shorter version of that today. So with your eyes closed, you can just bring your awareness up to the top of your head and begin to just notice the energy or whatever's going on in the top of your head. Notice if it feels buzzy up there from thinking a lot or staring at screens, and just invite the top of your head to begin to soften and dissolve as though the energy is starting to dissipate out your crown, or it's starting to gently fall down your body towards the earth. And as you're softening your crown, you can start to bring your awareness to the bridge of your nose, your eyebrows, your forehead, your eyes, this whole middle third of your skull, and invite it to begin to soften and melt and let go. And as you're softening, remember your breath, breathing a little bit deeper into your body with each breath, and bringing your awareness to your jawline, to this bottom third of your skull, softening all around the jawline and behind the ears and around behind the occipital ridge, which is the base of your skull and the base of the brain. Just inviting all that energy to just start to dissipate out, drain away, soften, including your brain. Invite your brain to just soften and relax and dissolve. And gradually bringing your awareness then down into the top of the neck muscles where the base of the skull connects with the neck. And invite all those muscles that go through the back of the neck to just start to soften, melt, relax, pouring down your body towards the earth. Breathing gently with each breath. Know that once you know this process and you're practicing on your own, you can soften each area as long as you need to. Bring your awareness to the front of the soft parts of your throat and soften all in here, melting away. Feel your tongue and the root of your tongue softening. And then bringing your awareness a little bit deeper down into your high heart space, softening across the front of the collarbones and the shoulder sockets, And bringing your awareness around to the back also of your shoulder muscles, the way the neck muscles anchor into the shoulders, just melting all of that upper body tension away towards the earth. And let's begin breathing deeper now into the heart space. Bring your awareness here to the high heart and take a nice full deep breath into the high heart, the upper chest. Feel your whole upper chest lifting and expanding. And as you exhale, soften and drop. Imagine as though you're dropping a little bit deeper down into your mid-heart. And with your next breath, again, as you inhale, expand the heart, the sides of the heart, the rib cage underneath your armpits, lifting and expanding. And then as you exhale, soften and start to melt. Everything on the front of the heart plate softening and melting. Everything in the back of the heart, the shoulder blades, the upper back muscles softening and melting as you breathe. And this next breath, let's breathe into the base of the heart, the floor of the heart. So breathe nice, full, deep breath down into the bottom of the heart space. Feel it expanding. As you exhale, soften, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And then we're going to move towards the back of the body a little bit to create some more spaciousness here. So just imagine as though you're leaning back a little bit, as though you're energetically leaning into your back body, into the back of your spine, almost maybe as though you're leaning back against a tree. Your spine is leaning back against a tree. As we fall backwards as the feminine, it creates some space in the front of the body. We live in a culture in which we're often moving forward, and a lot of our energy comes to the front body, especially to the front of the brain, and we tend to be in this forward moving, sort of masculine, penetrative mode of going about life, and it becomes exhausting to the feminine body after a while. So this is an opportunity to just come back into yourself, to pull all that energy, all that forward moving energy back into your body and lean into the back part of your body. Rest into the back part of your body, creating a little more space at the front of your heart. Just notice how that feels in your system. And then let's take another full breath into the back of the heart now. And this time dropping deeper. We're going to drop down into the solar plexus now. Just imagine dropping until you're landing here in the solar plexus, the front of the rib cage, down near the bottom of the lungs and above the belly button, above your navel. But again, with this idea of breathing in here to expand, and then as you exhale, fall back. Fall towards the back of the rib cage, the back of the heart, creating more space in the front of the body. And just each time you're inhaling, feeling your rib cage expand, the top part of your belly expanding, and as you're exhaling, falling back, falling backwards, resting backwards into yourself. And then with this next breath, we're going to drop more. So as you inhale, expand the rib cage, get wider from left to right, becoming more spacious. And as you exhale, let's drop again, dropping down into your belly now, down into your pelvic bowl. And just start to breathe more fully down into your low belly. With each breath, feel as though your low belly expands and puffs up and gets bigger. Your hips get a little bit wider apart. And as you exhale, draw your belly muscles in a little bit to squeeze out the air. And squeeze to empty out the air. And then as you inhale, expand again into the front of the belly. Feel the belly rise and fill with breath. And as you exhale, squeezing out the air and falling towards the back of your pelvis now. Just settling in. It's like you're dropping down into your pelvic bowl, settling down into your pelvic bowl. Feel your energy going down, 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 and back, back, back into your body. Let's take another breath now, this time into the hips. As you inhale, feel as though your hips get wider apart from each other. And as you exhale, fall back, 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 down into your sacrum, your tailbone, your low back. Good. On this next breath, breathing down into the pelvic floor. So as you inhale it, you feel as though your pelvic floor presses down into the earth, your genitals, all your pelvic floor muscles. And as you exhale, those muscles just draw in and up slightly. This is not a Kegel. You do not need to squeeze hard. Just bring a little presence and energy there. Pull your pelvic muscles in just a little bit. As you inhale, expand into the pelvic floor again. Feel the pelvic floor pressing down towards the earth, your hips getting wider, your low back getting wider. And as you exhale, you can see how I'm even tilting my pelvis a little bit. Tilt your pelvis in, squeeze the air out. And we'll do one more practice of that where you inhale, tilt forward, breathe into your hips, create more expansion in your whole pelvic bowl. And as you exhale, curl in a little bit, squeeze the air out of your pelvis, but really fall as though you're coming into the lowest part of your spine and your low back. And then from this space, we're going to just sit for a moment. So palms open on your thighs if you're seated, or if you're standing, just eyes closed still, bringing your awareness all the way down into your pelvic bowl, so that you're very present and dropped down into this lower half of the body that we often forget about in our everyday lives because we're so compressed up into our heads. And just pause here and just notice, what does it feel like for you to be more dropped down into your body? And don't give yourself a grade. This is not about self-evaluation. Sometimes it's easy to drop down into your pelvic bowl and feel more connected and present there. And sometimes it's harder. Sometimes it's like we've been up in our heads for so long, it can feel really hard to feel really connected in the pelvic bowl. In the next video, I'm going to teach another practice for getting even more present in your pelvic bowl. But for now, just notice, how does it feel to be more dropped into your body and dropped back instead of your energy moving so forward. And it might be an acquired taste. It might feel really foreign and weird. Or it might be like, I don't know, am I in my back body? I'm not used to this. It feels kind of different. I don't know. All that's okay. This is just practice. And the more you practice this, the easier it gets, and the more quickly you're able to just drop in and feel really rooted inside of yourself. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it or to subscribe to my channel so you'll receive the notifications each time I post a new lesson. If you are interested in feminine embodiment and feminine creation, check out the links below.